One of the most common questions that I get is, if I file bankruptcy, will I lose my property? Well, I'm attorney Stuart Sandwise, and I'm here to talk to you today about bankruptcy exemptions, property that's exempt from the bankruptcy estate. When somebody files a Chapter 7 bankruptcy case, there is a trustee appointed to take all of the person's assets and sell them to pay the creditors. Well, people don't want their assets sold. And the bankruptcy code, the government does not want people to go around just with the shirt on their back. That wouldn't be good. It wouldn't give the unfortunate but honest debtor a fresh start, which is what they need. So in an individual case, Congress enacted what are called exemptions, meaning that you can exempt certain property. Let me explain it to you and show you what I mean by taking a look at this cup of paper clips, which is what I do when people come to my office. So when a person files bankruptcy, all of their assets go into this cup that are called, it's called property of the estate. Maybe there's you have clothing, you have jewelry, you've got money in a bank account, you've got stocks, you've got a car, you've got a house, you've got a cell phone, you've got a stereo, whatever it is that you have, a computer. So all of that goes into the cup, and each one of these things becomes, and this cup represents property of the bankruptcy estate. I use paper clips to demonstrate this. Now, what the bankruptcy code allows is that certain property is taken out of the cup that becomes exempt property. For example, you can take out the certain amount of value in a house. You've got the certain amount of value in a car. You've got certain amount of personal clothing. You've got certain amount of jewelry. You've got a certain amount in computer and electronics, and so forth and so on. And ultimately, what the bankruptcy attorney's job is to make sure before you file a Chapter 7 that when you file that Chapter 7, all of the property that you have is out of the cup because it's all exempt property. If you don't have exempt property, you don't necessarily want to file a Chapter 7. You can still file a Chapter 13 because in a Chapter 13, you get to keep all of your property. But what happens is that's what's called exempt property. And in a Chapter 7 case, it's very important that that if you've got all this property, you want to make sure that it all comes out and is not part of it gets exempt so you don't lose your property in a bankruptcy, Chapter 7 bankruptcy case. You got any questions about property of the estate or exemptions, please feel free to give me a call or shoot me an email, and I'll be glad to answer your questions.